What's going on, everybody, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're watching from? Steve here, Raiken Profit, here with my good friend and expert eBay dropshipper, Dropship Tyler. What's going on, man? Glad to have you here, and I'm loving the Christmas sweater, brother. You are in the holiday season, I can tell.
Hey, Steve, thanks again for having me on your channel, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I thought I would do something fun and wear this gingerbread Christmas sweater. As you can see, it's got broken legs on there. The bottom of it actually says, "Oh, snap." So I wish I could get the full sweater in view. I might have to stand up later and do that. But anyway, yeah, we're here to talk about eBay dropshipping. I appreciate you having me on your channel again. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of good feedback from your audience that has come onto my channel and started watching my lives. And it's really interesting to see how many people actually have followed up the lives that we've done and, come over and started asking questions. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've been doing quite a few videos together, and the questions have been pouring in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So if you guys do have any questions about eBay dropshipping, obviously there's a live chat on the side right now, whether you're on mobile or desktop. So feel free to ask a question. Also on Instagram, feel free to reach out to me and send me a DM. I'm always checking my DMs. It might take a day or two to get back, but if I don't know the answer, I'll get the answer for you. So loving the engagement and really excited for the show. The title of the show, and if you see me looking this way, I've got another computer over here. The title of the show is How to Find Low Competition, High Profit Products While Drop Shipping on eBay, moving into 2019 and beyond. To give a little backstory, Tyler, he's been drop shipping for a little over 2 years now, I believe. He drop ships on eBay, also drop ships on Amazon. In total, he's done a little over, I believe, a little over 5 million in sales, right, over the two platforms.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves doing it. He enjoys it. He has a YouTube channel as well, which is Dropship Tyler. And if you go into the description of this video, you can access Tyler's YouTube channel where he has a lot more videos and even covers more in-depth topics that are going to kind of be built upon this video. So be sure to subscribe to Dropship Tyler. And yeah, let us know where you are from in the comments. I'm looking over to my other screen right now, and I saw somebody from Holland in the comments. So we're already going international. We got Halifax, Nova Scotia. So we got Canada in the house. What's up, everybody? We've got Florida in the house. Columbus, Ohio. What's up? AB Dragons from Chardon, Ohio. We got Jeremiah saying Tyler rocks. So we've got a couple Dropship Tyler fans in the house right now. We've got Don from Arkansas in the comments. Martin from Thrift Store Gold. Martin, I think you just changed your name because I know you were just Thrift Store Gold before. Now it's Martin from Thrift Store Gold. So great to put a name to the handle. We got Virginia in the house. Harry Tornado. What do you think about that name, Tyler, from South Carolina?
What is it? What was it? It was something tornado.
Harry Tornado.
That's interesting. I have a vision in my head, but yeah, it's interesting.
You got a great comment in the YouTube feed right now from Don, and I recognize it as well, saying, Tyler, the new camera is rocking. So you got a new camera, Tyler. I saw your video recently you posted.
That's right. That's right. I had to step it up. Once I hit 4,000 subscribers, I felt like I owed it to those people who have been subscribing for so long to finally actually get some good quality equipment. Again, if you guys hear an echo, I talked to Steve earlier about this, but I am putting up sound foam or studio foam as well. So I am doing as much as I can to make sure that the quality of my videos is as good as possible for you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's kind of get into what you guys are going to be learning in this show. And the concept of the show has changed a little bit. We're actually going to be doing like a webinar. We're going to be doing some slides today, teaching you guys how to find low competition, high profit products using a product research software. We were originally planning on going into the software and kind of showing you firsthand, but we had some last minute changes, and maybe you could talk a little bit about it, Tyler. But we are definitely planning on probably in the next week or two showing you guys live like how to do this. The thing is, like, you can't really show your own specific accounts because just the way drop shipping kind of works. Do you want to talk to them about that?
Yeah, so one of the big strategies in dropshipping that actually is like proven to work, over and over again is finding big sellers and taking the items that they sell the best and then putting them into your store. So I am very careful, and anybody out there who is doing YouTube has to be very careful about this. They have to protect their account names, and I'm fine with doing things on my account and showing you guys my account, but I need to blur it out. Like, I need to be able to make sure that those names aren't shown, because even if I believe, Steve, that your audience is a good, honest audience, and they see my account name and they're not going to immediately go to my account, see what I'm selling, and put it on their own store, there's savages out there that will do that. So
this software we're using and we're going to teach you guys about, like, you can literally go and just like rip a whole person's store apart like in minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's third-party softwares that integrate with Sale Freaks that will actually, like you said, rip it apart in minutes. So definitely want to be careful with that. So I decided that I would do a PowerPoint or a Google slide presentation today and show you guys some of the stuff from inside my account. And again, we're specifically talking about high profit products that we're dropshipping on eBay in 2019. A lot of the items that I currently sell, and just, I want to say one thing before I keep on. There's not a one size fits all strategy really for eBay. It really depends on, if you're an international dropshipper, or if you can be tax exempt, if you can get the 5% cashback card, depending on what your credit is. For me, I'm fortunate enough to where I am able to take advantage of being tax exempt, and I have a 5% cashback card. So I'm able to sell a very high volume of new items at a low margin on the front end and be able to just make lots of money of cashback on the back end. So that's one strategy, if you're able to implement that strategy. The other one is using these high profit products and not necessarily going for as high a volume, rather just trying to get the most out of each sale that you make, if that makes sense. And that's what I recommend to a lot of international dropshippers who are doing this, and as well as people who may not have the full 5% cashback card. Maybe they only have a 2% cashback card, or they're not tax exempt, etc. So again, today we're not focusing on the low margin strategy. We're focusing on specifically the high profit products. So yeah.
So just to kind of recap really quick, on the front end, two of the best action steps you can take is, one, getting that 5% cashback Amazon card, which I actually just applied for, and I received a phone call over vacation because the fraud department hit me up saying they had to verify a couple of things, and they did. So I just got accepted for that. So that's a big step right there, getting that 5% credit card. And then secondly, which I haven't done yet, but I will be doing, is becoming tax exempt, right? Are those the two big front end steps to building your front end margin?
Yeah. If you want to really be able to compete with the new items on Amazon, then you're going to have to do those two steps. I mean, other than that, you can put in a lot of product research, but it's just going to be easier overall to, be able to produce that higher volume, and keep your margins low, but still be making a decent amount of money. So yeah, those are the two big steps.
When you become tax exempt, do you have to go to every single state and do it, or are there like a couple states you have to do it, or do you just do it for your own state?
Yeah, so we could have a whole webinar just on tax exemption, and maybe one day we will, when I feel comfortable doing that, because I have to always say I'm not a tax professional, so do not take what I say and think that it is law, right? Like, always talk to a tax professional. But I'll tell you what I did. So I used a site called taxjar.com. It found out what states.
Great company.
Yeah, so it is. It makes the process. It basically automates the tax collection process for me, and then it ships out to the states that I need to automatically from my bank account. And I'm paying like $25 a month per state. I have 27 states that I have what's called economic nexus in, or I had just general nexus. And I had to get certificates in those states so that I could get the resale certificate to become tax exempt in those states. And then from there, I'm able to charge sales tax on eBay and Amazon. And my seller is now, my buyer is now paying the sales tax for me. And all of that tax I collect and then pay on a monthly or quarterly basis, whenever the state wants to collect it. So it really just, economic nexus depends on how many transactions you've done in that particular state, or just a dollar volume of, whatever in that state. So Yeah, it's a complicated subject
I get it though. Yeah,
I mean, I just touched on it a little bit, but if you want to find out more about it, definitely do your own research on it.
absolutely.
If you're going to become a big seller, and you don't have to start off, tax exempt. You can start off on eBay dropshipping without being tax exempt, like that's for sure. And you can work your way into it, and eventually, you feel like you want to take your business to the next level. Then that's when you would start researching and doing that stuff.
Yeah, I would probably recommend just getting the 5% Amazon credit card, using that, and then once you really, because there's so many people who just dabble in these business models. I see people dabbling with thrifting on eBay, they dabble with private label on Amazon, they dabble with drop shipping on Shopify and eBay. Don't be a dabbler. Like if you're gonna like just taste to see if like this is a business model for you, that's cool. Like get the 5% credit card, but give yourself a month or two. And if you start to really see results and you're enjoying it and you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm ready to scale, I'm ready to take it to the next level, then I would definitely start to dive into learning more about Nexus and contacting TaxJar and becoming sales exempt. So that's kind of the front end. I want to explain the back end just for a minute or two before we dive in, just to kind of build some context to everything. When you talk about making back end profit, what exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean going through cashback portals, using gift cards, raise.com? What do you mean exactly by profiting on the back end?
Yeah, so back end profits are anything that is that you're going to make after or while the transaction is being done, I guess, like while the item's being purchased is kind of the way it works. So back end profits would include that 5% cashback card, because you buy a $100 product on Amazon, you're getting the $5 back right there on the back end at the end of the month. And then Mr. Rebates, the cashback site that I use for the Amazon purchases that I make, I make around $350 now a month from Mr. Rebates alone. So that's back end profit too, that I get paid. And the thing is that money only gets paid every 90 days. So it's definitely money that you get eventually, but you can't rely on that money to fund your current business, if that makes sense. So the credit card cashback, the back end profits happen once a month. The Mr. Rebates cashback site, that happens every 90 days. But
very cool. We got a comment from Jeremiah saying started at 0 listings on October 15th. So that's like 2 months ago. Did $41,000 in sales. What Tyler teaches works. Go subscribe and get his course. It's a steal right now. So looks like you've got one of your students in the comments right now. So that's pretty cool. If you guys are interested in his course, or he actually has a free ebook as well. If you go into the description, it's get Tyler's free ebook, eBay Dropshipping Explained. And underneath that is his course as well, which is definitely a great product that I'm personally going through as well and really enjoying. So definitely check that out. But if you guys are ready to jump into this webinar, I need you guys to do me a big favor. I need you to go down below and smash that like button. We got 110 people watching live. And I'll tell you what, if we hit 100 likes, I'm going to give something away to the watchers. It might be some free cash. Yeah, I'll give a little cash giveaway. It's not going to be anything huge, but it's going to be something to put a smile on your face and to go buy somebody a gift. So if we hit 100 likes, I'm giving away some PayPal cash at the end of the show. So Tyler, you want to jump on in, man, and talk to the people about what software we're going to be using and just kind of start adding some value.
Yeah, so guys, this is my first time doing a screen share on a live. So I'm hoping I do this correctly, just a little disclaimer there. And yeah, so we're going to be going in and we're going to be talking about 2 different items. And I'll share my screen here in just a second before, I want to, like you said, want to give a little intro to what we're going to be talking about. There's 2 types of items that we're going to be talking about today, and they're specific to the SaleFreaks software. One of them is going to be open box items, and the other one is going to be called Coupon Hunter items. Coupon Hunter is a new feature that is 10 days old, but I've had over 300 orders already using that feature. So I'm super excited to actually talk about that. And yeah, it's really increased my profit a lot. Just over these Coupon Hunter items, just to give you guys a little overview, I've done over $400 in just coupon savings in the past month. Haven't had to do anything additional to my store at all. It's just a free $400 that I'm getting pretty much every month now. So without farther ado, let's I'm going to share my screen and hopefully this works. All right. So let me know if you can see my screen, Steve.
Yep. Let me lock it onto you right now. Yeah, looks great, man. How to find high profit drop shipping products drop shipping on eBay in 2019. Ecom Scholars. I see it.
I had to put the logo on there because I paid money for that logo, so I had to do it. I had to do it.
Fiverr. Did you go to Fiverr?
I did. It was $100. It was $100. It wasn't bad.
I like it, man.
Yeah. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, Ecom Scholars is where the course is located, and the free ebook as well. And Steve did say he had a link in the description for that if you want to check that out. So yeah. So cool. As I said before, the two types of items that we're going to be focusing on in 2019, for those of you who want high margins, are the open box and the Amazon coupon items. All right, so what is open box? Open box items are items being sold on eBay that are sourced specifically from the Amazon warehouse deals section. So if you go up to Amazon, or if you go to Amazon.com, you can actually see in the dropdown the Amazon warehouse, and then it has the same categories that are with the new items as well. And I'm going to show you guys some of the items here, what they look like. So this was just a random, I sold a luggage set earlier, so I figured, why not go ahead and put this on here. But it's the best seller on Amazon in luggage sets. As you can see, there is a new for $120. And then there is a used like new, two of them for $102.33. And you can see here under the seller information, it says it's an Amazon warehouse deal. So essentially you're getting this item for a little over $17 cheaper than what it is new. But if you see this right here, item will come in original packaging. Packaging will be damaged. Typically, there's nothing wrong with these items. There might be a minor scratch. It might just be a returned item that somebody didn't like. There's really not too much wrong with these items really ever. I would say with furniture and things like that, you get a lot of missing pieces, which is why I tell people not to sell like expensive furniture when it comes to open box items. But an item like this, it's really just probably a return where someone opened the box and now the box is going to be damaged, whatever. Amazon is typically very picky about the items that they're willing to sell. And if it says like new, and Steve, I'm sure you can jump in and talk about this with books and stuff like that. But if you have a book that's like new, what's the condition of that book kind of have to be?
I mean, yeah, it pretty much has to look like it was brand new. It just might be missing like the packaging. Sometimes there might be some plastic wrap that's missing around it, but really like new, and new is very, very similar. I actually rarely ever do like new, just because I try not to get myself in trouble. I always want to under promise and over deliver. It's pretty much like new.
Yeah, exactly. So a customer, when they can save $17 and they can still get the item that's pretty much new. Like I said, it might be a return. The packaging might have been damaged in transit, something like that. Something where Amazon doesn't want to they don't want to overpromise. You know what I mean? They don't want to put the item as new and then the packaging comes damaged and the person's like, wait, this isn't a new item. It was open before. So really here, what's interesting, and I'll show you guys on a slide. It might be the next one, but what it looks like on eBay. It's listed, let's see. Yeah, so here we go. So the listing on eBay, it says new other, see details, like new condition. And then basically for the description, you can read this, or I'll just read it to you. It says, enjoy big discounts for our open box like new items. All our open box items are in great condition. Each item is tested and verified by a professional logistics team. In most cases, you'll hardly notice the difference between our open box items to equivalent new items. Sometimes the product box does not meet brand new items standards, but besides that, you will own a great product and in a competitive price. So that's kind of that's just our disclaimer on eBay. If you look at the eBay description, this is what it's going to look like for all of these Sale Freaks open box like new items. This is their default template. So yeah, and basically it says, nevertheless, if you're not happy with your order, you may return for a full refund. So those items on Amazon, on the Amazon warehouse deals, are still returnable. But what's interesting is, you can price your item higher. As you saw, you have $17 to kind of work with their a new item versus a like new item. And I mean, honestly, you can price your item. I've seen sales that are like $5 less than what the brand new item would be on eBay, but somebody wants to save $5 and they see this, that it's like new, and it might just be the box condition or whatever, and people still buy it. So a $5 savings there, and then the person's making an extra, the person selling the item on eBay, like the open box item, even though they're selling it for $5 less, they're getting it for $17 less. You know what I mean? So now you can start to see where you're getting these big profits from with these open box items.
So we got a question from Samuel Shaw asking, where is the template? Is that for eBay stores only? Is this coming from eBay or is this coming from the Sale Freaks software?
Yeah, so as you can see in the right-hand corner, it's a listing on eBay, but it's coming from the Sale Freaks software. So
when you're actually listing this type of item, you can choose a template, and then you can have this custom like HTML template in your eBay listing that's formulated from Sale Freaks.
Correct. Sale Freaks provides these, or you can build your own custom template that Sale Freaks will use as well. So you don't have to use this one, but I will say I choose to use the default template because I've experimented in the past, but I've never seen a difference between using the default or creating my own. But if that's something that you want to do to be a little more creative, I guess, or have your listing stand out a little bit more, you can do that if you want to. But the condition, the like new condition, that's listed automatically from the Sale Freak software when it detects that it is an Amazon warehouse deal.
Awesome. Cool. And I did want to mention for the people who are just tuning in, pretty much everything we're talking about is pertaining to the Sale Freaks software. It's a software that not only helps you to automate your eBay dropshipping business, but you can do product research. You can do a whole bunch of different things. Tyler even mentioned the little coupon hack that the software is now allowing as well. So there is a free 14-day trial, first link in the description. So I would definitely check it out and play around with it. We've got live your protest in the comments saying, let's get the stream to 100 likes within the next 15 minutes. Oh, I love the inspiration. So yeah, let me pass it back off to you. Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, no problem. And one thing I will say about these open box items, actually, there's only one other software out there I know that does something similar, and they don't have the locator feature like Sale Freaks does. So you can't list as many as quickly. And yeah, so the competition for these items is very low, which is what we actually talked about, how to find. I guess you wanted to talk about low competition, high margin. This is it right here, because you're really only competing with other people who have the ability to do this through Sale Freaks, and Sale Freaks doesn't reprice against its own users, if that makes sense. Like, users are kind of work in harmony. I don't want to say to create like a price fixing or anything like that, because you can adjust your margin however you want to, but there's a lot of technical stuff in the Sale Freaks global settings where you can create a profit range, and I think we talked about that last time, where you can price your item like 5% to 10% profit margin, and it will price it at 5% if there's somebody at 6%, or it will price it all the way to 10% if there's no competition, whatever. So yeah, we'll explain that later on, but basically you don't have to worry about too much competition with these items and competing too much on price with these.
Love it. Love it.
All right. So what's interesting here, and I will say a little disclaimer, this is one of my accounts. I had another open box account, but I deleted the open box items from there recently. And so all of my stats actually were lost on Sale Freaks. Obviously, all my accounting and stuff like that is saved in GoDaddy bookkeeping, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But this is my open box account. Open box was not a thing until mid to late March 2018. And I also will have a little disclaimer in there. I've stopped listing open box and actually all items in the middle of the summer. So my stats are not as great as what they should be. I just want to point that out right now for those of you guys that are going to say this doesn't look that great. This is probably really about 5 months worth of work, in my opinion. And really, it wasn't even that much work. But this is taken directly from the history profit clock in Sale Freaks. And again, this is not my new item. So this year I've sold like 1.5 million, I think, in new items on eBay. And as you can see, this is only $216,000 in actual sales. But you can see that my profit percentage is 10%. And with the 5% cashback card, on open box alone this year, I've made over $30,000 from just these types of items in 4,200 sales. So the way the 5% cashback card is, is calculated is you just take your product cost and times it by 5%, because you're getting 5% back on all of the products that you buy on Amazon. So as you can see, that's around $168,000 right there of product costs, just again from open box. And we're working with double-digit margins, and then with the 5%, it's even higher.
Hey, I'm curious with the Amazon cashback card, because I just got approved for it, but I don't even know like what my limit is on it yet. I haven't received anything in the mail yet. Are the limits pretty high? And have you found that? And feel free, you don't have to answer this if it's too personal. But have you found that by spending a lot of money on that card that you're able to raise the limits pretty quick?
Yeah, so the Sync Bank card, I have a $10,000 cap on there, and the Chase Bank, I have $20,000. So the Chase Bank pays off pretty much on a daily basis. Like as soon as I make the payment, in like 24 hours, it pays off. But the Sync Bank card takes 7 days. So really, you want to buy. For me, I buy as much as I can in gift cards at one time, and then schedule a couple $10,000 payments. So that I can get that credit limit freed. But I'm good right now with my current setup. $30,000 worth of credit limit, I can probably do $250,000 to $300,000 in product cost a month pretty easily if I just make sure I'm good about paying off my credit card. But
also, cool. Thank you. Also, I was wondering. Sorry for cutting you off. I was wondering. In Sales Freaks, you could link up multiple eBay account. So then you could like split up like your traditional eBay dropshipping store with like your open box store. And then maybe if you want to make a niche store. So what you're actually doing is showing like, so you're telling me with Sales Freaks, you can get specific data for each one of your stores and break it off?
Yeah. As you can see, you see how it says one account selected?
Oh, okay.
So I have 3 in Sale Freaks, and this is just the open box one right here. But again, I had an account that had open box items on there. This number is actually probably closer to 50,000 with open box alone this year. But again, like I said, once you delete the account off of there, the stats from that account do go off out of their database. So you can't really rely specifically on this for your accounting. Because like I said, if you do delete an account, then it's gonna go away. So that's why I use GoDaddy bookkeeping as well. So yeah, just a little disclaimer on there. Oh, gotta go back. So yeah, so again, this should be closer to 50,000. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't show that, because it makes the results look so much smaller than they really are. But
Lexi says, not great. Heck, that's amazing.
Yeah, what for me? Wait, is she okay?
It looked like a hater comment, and then she came in and gave you like a massive high five.
Yeah, I was like, not great. Oh damn! See, I knew I shouldn't have deleted that other account. I should have kept it on there just for the stats. All right. So anyway, yeah. So this is, and again, this is just for you guys, for the haters out there that always have some kind of comment to make. I literally have done I think around 1.5 million. I got to check. Maybe it's a little less in sales this year, but as you can see, it's only 216,000 of those sales. So I sell a lot of newer items, as I was explaining before, and just, really hammering out the volume and the 5% cashback card. I mean, I get over 5,000, over $6,000 probably a month in cashback alone. But yeah, let's move on.
Awesome. Perfect.
So
perfect.
I just want to I wanted to talk about how many listings I actually had on these open box accounts, or this one in particular. I actually don't think I've ever had over 5,000 listings on this particular account. So I'm talking about just open box items. And so I figured I would just, because people always say, oh, well, that's gross profit. What about your expenses? You know what I mean? Like,
it's valuable to dive into the specifics. So that's cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, so right now a 5,000 item plan on Sale Freaks is $250 a month, and that gets you the 5,000 listings with the auto order. And then an anchor store, which is what you would need if you have 5,000 listings, that's $300 a month. So altogether, you have $550 a month in expenses, and that is $4,400 expenses. So yeah, basically, that's $26,000 of net profit if you don't have any VAs or anything like that. And if you do have VAs, virtual assistants are very cheap. So it doesn't cut into the profit that much. But
So what do you think? What do you think that store was? Just the open box store, like per month, if you had to guess, minus expenses. What do you think you were profiting per month on that open box store?
I'd have to go back and look in, but I mean, as you can see here, this is 8 months worth of the open box store. So yeah, I guess a little under 4,000, but a little under 4,000 gross, and then yeah, net 26 divided by 8. What is that, like 6 point something? All right, sorry, 3 point something. Yeah, so it's around. Yeah, like $3,300, I'm guessing. I just have to do it off the top of my head.
And that's only your back. That's not even including like gift cards and stuff, right?
Well, that's all of it. So I'm going off of this number down here with the 5% cashback card. So yeah, and again, these are just open box items. Like as I mentioned before, you can see I have 4,271 sold. Yeah, I've done like 50,000 transactions this year or something like that. So it's like 10% of my transactions, but the open box items typically are a higher price point for me than my newer items, if that makes sense.
We got a question from CoinBitXY asking, is it possible to track your cash back from these cashback sites with so much volume?
Yeah, so I look at my credit card statement every month, and I make sure that the amount I spend, it's 5%. The credit card points I get in rewards are 5% of that. And Sale Freaks also, as you can see here, you can see your product cost. So you can actually kind of calculate yourself a rough estimate of how much you should be getting back a month. And then, yeah, it all works out. It all equals out. I've done this before just to make sure that, everything is running smoothly and analyzed it. And yeah, it all works out. And the awesome. Mr. Rebates cashback site, that as well, it doesn't hit all of the categories. So that's one thing people are a little bit disappointed in when they find out, only like 8 of the categories on Amazon actually pay cashback. So that's why I'm not getting a ton of cashback, on the back only around $350 to $400 a month currently from Mr. Rebates. So yeah.
Culinary Peso is asking for a shout out. So what's up, Culinary Peso? I love the name. Glad to have you here. We got a question from Rainy Day Rewards. What's up, Rainy Day? Would you use Sale Freaks in conjunction with DSM tool or instead of it, Tyler?
So it depends on your source. Right now, Sale Freaks' only source is Amazon, which obviously has every single item on the internet pretty much, except for, the store specific brands like HDX, for example, or Blue Hawk with Lowe's, or Mainstays with Walmart. Like outside of that, it's got all of the major brands on there. So that's why I like using Amazon. Sorry. I like using Amazon as a source. But they will have Walmart soon. And I don't want to give like an exact time frame. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to share that, to be honest. So sorry guys at Sale Freaks if I wasn't supposed to say that, but they're going to have Walmart soon. And from there, if you're using Walmart and Amazon as your source, then I would just say use Sale Freaks. But right now, if you're using Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart and whatever, use DSM tool in conjunction with Sale Freaks. And I've actually done that in the past myself when I was sourcing from Walmart and Home Depot and Lowe's. Basically the way it works is Sale Freaks will only pull your orders in from the Amazon specific items. It will only pull those orders in from your eBay account into Sale Freaks and order those products. DSM tool will do the same. So yeah, it's okay to use both of them, but for me, I don't like to use too many sources now. I like to stick to one, and I will do Walmart again when Sale Freaks has that. But yeah, for now, I stick to one source. Keep things, less complicated.
Great. Thanks for sharing.
All right. So how to list these items quickly. And this is basically just an overview of the Sale Freaks locator. So this right here, for those of you guys that, aren't familiar with the software, there's this argument field where you just basically copy and paste the link. And I have a slide to show you that in a second. And instead of having the new item condition, you're just going to click the open box and you're going to do search and compare so that it can find all of the items on eBay and compare the sales and make sure that you're only listing high quality items. So I'll show you guys how to get that link for the argument now. So this right here, you can see we went to the Amazon warehouse deals and we selected clothing, shoes, and jewelry, luggage and travel gear, luggage, and then we just typed in luggage sets. And I also went down, if you scroll down on the Amazon page, you can see that there you can do luggage, or sorry, 3 stars and up, and you can also select the price. And from there, it creates a link for you, and you would just copy and paste that link into the argument field here. So then you would have, it's that simple. So then it would scan these 142 results that came up in this criteria that we wanted. And again, this criteria, the 3 stars, and if you do select the price point, will all that information will be transferred into the link. And then Sale Freaks will literally go to that page exactly the way that you had it set and start scanning those items for you. And then again, you would just select the condition, open box, and you would choose a name, which obviously I put luggage sets, search and compare, and then the account that you're going to list it to. So that's one. And I think Ben actually showed this on the last webinar, if you guys didn't see that. But after this scan is done, and I wanted to get more slides together, I will say I've just been really busy, and I'm sorry I didn't actually show you guys the full scan. But I do have videos on my YouTube that actually go over how to select the items once the scan is done. So basically, you would click scan now, and then after the scan is complete, there's criteria that you can use to decide what items you want to list. And that's an important part of listing these products, is making sure that you're choosing the correct criteria so that you're only listing high quality products to the store that have a very high chance of selling.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So definitely check out Tyler's YouTube channel. Culinary Peso is asking who is talking. His name is Tyler, Dropship Tyler. He has a YouTube channel and he's got tons of videos. So if you go down in the description, it's like the 5th link, subscribe to Dropship Tyler on YouTube. So you can definitely check out more videos. But that's cool. That's one of the cool things about this software is essentially all you have to do is go over to the Amazon warehouse deals, find a link, plug it in, and it's like plug and play. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the thing is too, is you saw that was only 142 items. If you look at what the results were, I mean, my typical scans are around 4,000 to 5,000 items. This is very niche, obviously, like luggage sets. You can go way broader, and instead of choosing just luggage sets, you can do just travel gear or something like that, that's going to bring up a ton of different niches rather than just a specific one. And then you can get even more items. Because the way that eBay dropshipping works, you don't need to be niche oriented like people think. Like people are always like, oh, what niche are you in? Because they hear dropshipping and think, Shopify or something, where you need to select a niche, right? And eBay dropshipping and Amazon dropshipping, you kind of want to go as wide as possible and just have a big store. You want to be like a Walmart, or like an Amazon.
What do you do if somebody does find out your store? Like, have you ever had a situation where you realize that a big drop shipper has found you and are now sniping your items or undercutting all your items? Have you ever had a horror story like that? Or is this a common thing? Because you'd think if you're able to find other sellers, they're obviously able to find you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know for a fact people probably scan my store and, go through my items on a daily basis. It's a fact. One of my accounts is probably one of the biggest dropshipping accounts. Not one of the biggest, but I would say top 1%. So I know for a fact people are looking at those and they're definitely taking those items because there's not too many big Amazon dropshippers out there like that. But yeah, so it's inevitable. But the thing is I have the Sale Freak software set up with the Coupon Hunter and Sales Hunter, which I'm about to show you the Coupon Hunter right now. I have the Sale Freak software set up where it's basically listing around, I think it's I have it set to 1,600 items a day right now. So it's listing that many items a day right now, and I'm just deleting old items that don't sell. So it's just constantly listing new items for me, and I'm just constantly deleting items. So my store is, constantly having fresh stuff added to it. So if people want to snipe me that fast, where they think they can snipe, that many items on a daily basis from me, then they can try it. But it's part of the game, and you have to be willing to accept that it's going to happen. I will say that I did have one experience when I had an all Walmart store. I had like 150 to 200 purely sniped items that were just all so good. It was a really, really efficient store. There was a guy that created a username that was very similar to mine. Like, I think he did it just to kind of like mess with me a little bit. He created an eBay username that instead of like Inc. at the end of it, it had like company at the end of it. So it had, instead of INC, it had like co.
Oh.
And so like literally the first two words were the exact same. And I don't actually have that store anymore. So if you guys think you find my store with the Inc. at the end, then it's not me. But anyway, I don't have that store anymore because I got rid of it, because basically what we were doing is he would list, and like I said, it was only 150 to 200 items. He would list every single item every single day that I listed. So it got to a point, and you can't report these people to eBay. It got to a point where I realized that, yes, sniping is a great method, and being highly efficient with your store is a great method, but it's also better in the long run to do something like Sale Freaks, where it's more of like a bulk optimized method, where you're getting quality items, but you're getting lots and lots of them at a time, if that makes sense, because you're not going to be vulnerable as much.
Got it.
So if anyone has any questions about that, just all right, so now we're getting into coupon hunter items.
Ooh, I'm excited about this.
Yeah, these are pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I'll show you guys the coupon I had the other day, but it was $40 off of an item. And Sale Freaks doesn't price based on coupons, if that makes sense. They price based on what the actual item says. So if it's a $100 item and there's a $40 coupon, Sale Freaks is gonna price it like it's a $100 item, not a $60 item. So when you go to make that sale, now you just randomly got $40 off the product,
Jeez,
But
that's amazing. Holy
mackerel. Yeah, it's wild. So if you go to Amazon.com/coupons, you actually can get a full list of all of these coupons that are currently active on Amazon. And the way that Sale Freaks actually does it, again, I'm sorry if I'm revealing too much information here, Sale Freaks, if anyone watches this, but the way they actually do it, they have a database that they've actually put together of 5 million items that have coupons. And they now have this feature called the Coupon Hunter. And again, I have a slide for this at the end, but I'll just go ahead and explain it now. So it's called the Coupon Hunter, and you can enable it, and it basically automatically lists items from that database on a daily basis to your store. So it's something you don't have to do. In my course, before the Coupon Hunter was a thing, and I think this is actually still relevant, to be honest, but in my course, I show people how they can quickly go through and use an Excel spreadsheet to actually extract links from the products and then get the ASIN and then upload the ASIN directly into Sale Freaks, so that they can get even more items than what just the Coupon Hunter is allowing them to get. But yeah, so basically the way the Coupon Hunter works, you can upload up to 2% of your monthly plan on a daily basis. So if you have a 10,000 so for example, I have a 40,000 item plan right now. It allows me to upload 800 items a day. So it limits you so that, there's not somebody that just comes in and lists 100,000 products right away of all these coupon items. So yeah, they try to make it fair,
That's so exciting. Ellie Kaiser is saying, can't wait to try this stuff. This is exciting. And you said this opportunity that Sale Freaks offering on the software is somewhat new, right?
I think it's 10 days old.
Wow. So this is a great opportunity to get in right now while it's hot and not a lot of people are using it.
Oh yeah. I mean, the way that you had to do coupons before on Amazon was you had to manually, I'll show you guys some of the coupons before I get going. These sales are just in the past like couple days with the coupons. I accidentally blocked it out because I was trying to get a whole collage in there, and you couldn't really see it, but you can't really see it because I blocked out some of the profits. But that's just in the past like 2 or 3 days, I believe I filtered. I mean, as you can see, I sold an item for 41.62 profit.
Wow.
All the
I
way
didn't expect
down.
that much profit.
Yeah, all the way down to $10.22, 887, whatever. But you can see here, these are from my account. So yeah, if you guys find my account off these pictures, well, good for you. But anyway, I always get a little upset when people are like, oh, now I'm gonna go find his account now that he's showing me these things, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. So this is the $40 coupon I was talking about, actually, that just happened just the other day. So the total was $120 for the product. And then after the $40 coupon, it was only $80. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
What
Not gonna
do
lie.
you say you typically make when you're drop shipping like an open box item? Or let's start with the open box item. What are you typically making per profit? Are you making at least a couple bucks or usually more?
Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. I've had ones up to $80 before in profit on the open
Wow.
box. It was actually a gaming chair I sold, and yeah, that was an $80 profit. Didn't get returned. Everything was fine with it. You know, no issues. And then I have some open box items. I was very aggressive at one point with listing like lower priced items to try to get like a higher sell through rate. So
Yeah.
10% on a $10 item is $1. So it just depends on the price of the item. And I list things up to $300 now.
What
And
are your
that's kind of
thoughts
the
on?
price point. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, no worries. That's cool. What are your thoughts on people starting their eBay drop shipping store and only drop shipping items that are open box and only things that like have gift cards, maybe?
So one of the things that is actually interesting with Sale Freak software, and I'm actually glad they do it this way, in order to do open box, and you can scale up very quickly using Sale Freaks, but in order to do open box, you have to have a 5,000 item plan. And
Oh,
the reason is because it's a huge benefit to those people that have scaled their store and are ready to take that next step and do the open box, because there are some complications with the open box, just like with anything. As I mentioned, if you don't know what you're doing and you just upload a bunch of furniture that has missing pieces, and now you have to work on returns all day, whatever.
a nightmare.
Yeah, you're listing stuff. You're listing items in a category that has a high rate of returns, or like shoes, for example, that are open box, or clothes have a very high rate of return. It's something that you need to have experience a little bit before you just fully dive into it. So once you have a 5,000 item plan, I actually tell people once they get to that point, they can go all open box if they want to and just go nuts. There actually is a guy on Sale Freaks right now. It's very interesting. He's making over $30,000 a month, and all he does is open box.
Really?
$30,000.
I wonder, what
month.
would you say your average return rate is on open box? Is it 5%, 10%?
It's a little under 10%, but with the new items, it's new items are closer like 2 to 3%. So yeah, they definitely have a higher rate of return, but the profits are worth it. So you can't really act like it's like a huge deal to have a 10% rate of return. If you're making 10% margins on these sales.
How does that typically work when a refund comes through? Like, obviously I understand refunds on eBay, but in terms of like the drop shipping process, and you're using Sales Freaks open box from Amazon, can you kind of walk us through how that works? So let's just say you sold, a security system for $115. They receive it, and maybe there's a missing part or something. So they're going to send you an email, right? Or they're going to open up a PayPal case. It's either or. They're going to send you an email probably saying, hey, it's missing an item. Like, what can we do? Or, hey, I want a refund. Like, can you kind of walk us through what your process is? And do you do it personally or have VAs or so on and so forth?
Well, yeah, so I have virtual assistants to do it for me, but obviously, in order to teach virtual assistants how to do these things, you need to perfect it yourself. So anyone that wants to start off and think that they can hire virtual assistants right away, just that's a little, upfront thing for you guys. But anyway, the way the process works with doing these returns, it's very simple. I mean, you just basically are a middleman in the transaction, and if your customer tells you that there's a missing piece or the item is too damaged, for what the description was, whatever, you just got to go to Amazon and you just basically relay that message through the Amazon system. So missing parts or pieces is an option in Amazon. You select that, you can copy and paste what the customer said on eBay into the Amazon return section. And from there, it gives you a return label. You take a screenshot of that return label and you upload it into the eBay return system. And once the items ship back, Amazon refunds you, you refund the customer. It goes like that 99% of the time.
And obviously you're using your Amazon buyer's account. You're not using an Amazon Seller Central account to do this.
Correct. Yeah. There's precautions you should take once you're doing a lot of volume. For example, I'll say this. I do have my parents now that have Amazon accounts when they didn't before. My girlfriend has an Amazon account in her name that I use. Yeah, because there's so much volume. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I like to create multiple accounts through family members and friends.
So what do you just like certain days you'll buy through a certain account, another day you'll buy through another account, and you kind of just try to like juggle it and like kind of balance it out in your head?
Every order actually automatically. So the way SaleFreak's auto order works, every order rotates through.
Holy mackerel! Oh, yeah, that's so sophisticated. I can't believe they optimized it that far.
And the algorithm has it where they only actually allow 7 orders per account to go through per hour. So if you can base how many orders you have coming through, that's how many Amazon accounts you need. But it's just a way, because if Amazon, Amazon, again, I said this last live with you, I believe, and I've done like 90,000 transactions on eBay at this point, and probably 70,000 of them are from Amazon. I've purchased that many items on Amazon now, and my accounts have not had any issues. So in my mind, I don't think Amazon really has an issue with it. But if they feel like a bot is ordering these products like at a rate of like 1 product per second, then it could do something to their system. So I feel like that's probably why these precautions are being taken by SaleFreaks, so that it doesn't look like a DDoS attack or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then you get shut out.
Do you mind if I ask you one more question from Tony Richard before I let you move on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tony asked a good question. How do you avoid the new 4% final value fee that gets tacked on once your account gets flagged as quote unquote very high returns?
So that is one thing that now we've been advising people to separate. And I'll say this: I actually have not had that 4% final value fee added on yet. So
that would suck. That's like taking away your whole like cashback.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is too. Oh, and actually, I should talk about this. So SaleFreaks, they think of everything. They have a feature now where you can actually mark up products based on what category they're in. So if you normally have, a 10% margin in home and garden, and now you have that 4% final value fee, all you do is go into SaleFreaks, enable the feature that allows you to select the category, enter in the 4% final value fee, and from there, all your products will now be marked up an additional 4% in that one category. So if you want to do it that way, obviously your sales will be a little bit lower because your margins are now higher, right? But you're not going to risk losing money in that category or anything like that, if that makes sense. But I do think it is important to build 2 accounts at once and go slow at first. eBay likes it when you're just uploading 10, 20 products a day, maybe even less than that when you're first starting, and build the account slowly. And then once you're at a point where you have that 5,000 item plan on SaleFreaks, dedicate 1 to OpenBox if you want to, and do it that way. That's kind of the way that I would suggest doing it.
Awesome. Cool. So let's keep moving forward. We're already at the 56 minute mark. So we've really been.
I'll go through. So just to show you guys what you would have to do if you manually ordered, here's a product right here. This is 10% off the 10% off discount taken at checkout. And you can see on the actual product page itself, it has that little clickable button that you can clip the coupon, I guess you call it there. That's what Amazon calls it. And then once you actually add the product to your cart, Amazon recognizes that the coupon is there and it takes the 10% off. SaleFreaks actually clicks this button for you when it's doing the auto ordering now. And that's why, so it's definitely I mean, it's huge. Like I can't express enough that I don't have to do anything else now that SaleFreaks made this. And, you know, I'm getting an extra $400 a month just from them having a code now that clicks a button for me. So yeah, it's big time. All right. So yeah, so we went over a little bit of this already. SaleFreaks' new coupon hunter feature. So yeah, 10 days ago, automates the process of finding coupons and listing them. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up on SaleFreaks, and we'll begin listing coupons items on a daily basis. So yeah, this is all you have to do is go to, and I'm trying to speed it up here if you can tell. All you got to do is go to global settings and select the account that you want the coupon hunter to be enabled in, and then you just press enable. And basically you choose a star rating. So this is what my settings also. This is someone else's account. As you can see, this person has a 16,000 item plan because they can only list 320 items daily. But yeah, so this is the same setting I use, 3 to 5. And if you only want to list, 10 products a day, then you can choose Coupon Hunter to only list 10 products a day. It's not like because you have a 16,000 item plan, you have to list 320. You can choose your max daily limit. But yeah, this is the star rating on Amazon. So I always suggest on everything 3 to 5. And then it just shows that the listing generator is automatically doing this for you. So you can see auto coupon hunter on all of these days here. Every single day, it's listing products.
Love it.
So yeah, there you go. That is the end of that's the end of it.
Awesome. Awesome. That was very educational. I learned a ton of things, and I can tell you right now, it's exciting to see how innovative the people are over at SaleFreaks with the software and just with all the changes, because there's one guarantee in business, whether you're selling on eBay or Amazon or Shopify, running Facebook ads, running a YouTube channel, there's always going to be competition. There's always going to be changes. Things are going to go right. Things are going to go wrong. And the people who succeed in any business, I've learned, they aren't the people who have the best strategies or the best latest tactics. It's the people who just keep getting back up, the people who don't give up, the people who keep learning. And that's why it's awesome that you guys are on this call. You're networking with people in the comments, you're learning cutting edge stuff, but that's the key. Things are always going to be changing. So if you're willing to change and adapt, you'll stay at the front of the business model essentially. So it's cool kind of seeing all these new things and changes, Tyler. And it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun during this show, man.
Yeah. Hopefully everything was pretty clear on everything, but there's a lot more to talk about, and we go over all this stuff plus more in the course. So definitely check out that ebook if you're new to dropshipping, and then consider the course.
Absolutely. Links are in the description. If you want to try this software, there's a free 14-day trial and special little bonuses if you go through that first link. Again, check out Tyler's free ebook. It's called Dropshipping Explained. It's the third link down below. And if you want a step-by-step tutorial, someone to really walk you by the hand through this whole entire process, because it is a big process getting started. It's a huge elephant you have to eat, but you've got to go, bite by bite. And that's kind of the purpose of his course and everything. So definitely check that out. Links are in the description. No to Yo. Flipper Ron says, Raiken, hope your trip was good. Was concerned not to have seen you for a few days. Yeah, I was in California for about a week at a mastermind event. So I appreciate that. We got Ecom Tom, actually changed his name to Ecom Tomcat. So I like that. Because we were all so confused. Like, is that Ecom Tom? Like the one who has a YouTube channel. So asking when's the next CT meetup. It's going to be in January. I'll keep you guys posted about that. CoinBitXY says this interview is gold. So a lot of people definitely enjoyed this video. If you guys like these types of videos, go check out Dropship Tyler on YouTube. Just type it in, and he's got a lot more videos, a lot more in-depth training and tutorials. So definitely go over there, subscribe to him. But yeah, any other final words before we end this video? We're at about the hour mark, Tyler. Any other thoughts or pieces of advice for the people watching?
I mean, just same things I said last time. This business, it does work, but you got to put in the time, you got to put in the effort. Constantly be engaged, watching videos, all of that. It's a craft. you got to make it your craft that you want to perfect. So that's kind of how I treat it. And I'm so passionate about it. That's why I created a YouTube channel. You know, I make my living from drop shipping, but YouTube right now is a great way for me to engage and teach people, and it keeps me, you know, in the flow of everything. So if you guys want to learn more about drop shipping, check out that channel. It's Dropship Tyler. And yeah, thanks for having me on, Steve.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate you guys checking out the videos, and we will see you in the next one. Have an amazing day. Talk soon.